All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's Friday. You know what that means.
absolutely, we are here, live in the flesh, ready to provide the best sports show on earth on Friday nights.
Absolutely. Entertainment, opportunities to make some money. Nothing better.
If you love sports and you love making money and love hanging out with the boys, this is the place to be on Fridays at 6 p.m. We got a beautiful show planned for you guys tonight. We got our normal MLB, NFL things we like to do. And finally, we get to announce, if you've seen the promo, the return of the National Basketball Association.
Absolutely. Coming up next Tuesday. It's almost here. Obviously, there's been some preseason, but that don't count.
Right, but we've seen some of our stars out there doing what they do best. Big game last night for the Lake Show. Anthony Davis went 35 and 10.
Here we go.
Catch the dub in overtime against the Suns. But
you're lucky he didn't injure himself already.
Hey, listen, he was pretty healthy for the most part throughout most of last season. So, hoping and praying for the best this year. Obviously, new coach, new things, but let's not get into that right now. That's something we can talk about here in a few. We got NBA stuff planned for you guys tonight. But right now, we can start it off as we always do with the MLB. And, man, we got some few things to talk about.
Absolutely. Playoff baseball. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty of things. We have the opportunity to see history in the biggest game of them all, but where we're at. Dodgers currently playing right now, actually.
They lead the series currently 3-1, but unfortunately right now, still a lot of baseball left to be played. But
Mets have a chance.
Yeah, bottom of the third, Mets are up 5-1. So, Mets looking to keep their season alive. Dodgers just looking to punch the ticket to the World Series for Shohei Ohtani's first season and his first World Series.
Absolutely.
So, could be a lot of fun over there. But later tonight, we also have Yankees and Guardians to kind of decide the other side of the ALCS side. And Yankees currently lead 2-1, so we won't see a series finish tonight. But a good little lead for New York they got going.
Absolutely.
Big game last night. We can talk about that a little bit. Yankees and Guardians, Game 3. Guardians came out on top after what was one of the crazier finishes yet so far this postseason. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, 1 runner on base. Yankees lead 5-3. John Kinsey Noel hits the biggest home run of his life. Ties the game 5-5, take him into extras. And David Fry put the icing on the cake, man.
Absolutely. We had a chance for the Yankees to put it away tonight, but Kinsey Noel said otherwise.
Yeah. Second time so far this season that David Fry's hit a walk-off homer to keep the Guardian season alive, so he's having a pretty big postseason. But we see life in Cleveland, man, and this could be something more than the 4-0 sweep we kind of thought it was going to be for the Yankees.
It's crazy having a podcast. These teams you get to break down every week and then seeing where they lead themselves to.
Right. And I know we talked about baseball all year. We were kind of big into baseball with no football and not much basketball the last few months. And we really dug in, had a lot of fun with it this year. And just to see our first playoffs where we paid attention is fun.
Yeah, 100%.
It could be a potential World Series of all time with 2 MVPs going head-to-head in Shohei and Aaron Judge. Or maybe we could see some miraculous comebacks from the Mets and Guardians.
So, exactly.
Yet to know. But actually, Mets up 6-1 now. Just punched in another run bottom of the third. Hey, the Mets, though, man, if we're being serious, have had a really good postseason run. Kind of made it in the last few games of the season with that series win over the Braves to get them in. And they've shown why they should be here. A couple big upsets. Been playing good baseball right now. Currently about to keep their season alive.
Yeah, the bats they've been putting on the ball has been crazy.
Yeah. Francisco Lindor having an all-time postseason run. And
Pete Alonso doing his thing, trying to get in the Hall of Fame at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vientos has been huge, especially this postseason.
Absolutely. So just a lot of players stepping up to the plate and playing good baseball when it matters the most, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
All right, we can talk about, though, unfortunately we won't be able to bet on this Dodgers-Mets game. Hopefully you got some bets in, though, about an hour ago before that game teed off. Batted off, pitched off. We talk about this all the time. I still don't know.
We don't know what the correct reference would be.
Yeah. Mets now up 7-1, kind of running up here in the third over the Dodgers. So we could see some more baseball tomorrow and Sunday before we see some World Series schedules come out.
Which means more opportunities to bet.
Absolutely.
So better for us.
Absolutely. For the first time this postseason, we talked about it a little bit earlier, finally Shohei and Judge hit homers on the same day. So if you had those bets in, props to you. Unfortunately, I did not. But was a big day for the big guys yesterday. But let's talk some bets now. We still got some baseball to talk about. Like I said, Yankees and Guardians coming up here in just a few hours. And Aaron Judge, man, finding his rhythm here in the postseason finally. Back-to-back games with a home run. So we know when Aaron Judge gets hot, that man is just about unstoppable. I mean, it don't matter who you throw at the mound and pitch at him.
All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Quick mic issue, but we got that fixed super quick. We don't think that was out long, but just a quick recap if it was. We're 2 games into our money line parlay, Eagles and Bengals so far. We're on to Lions and Vikings, and that's what we were discussing. So, as I was saying, there will be multiple slips this weekend with the Detroit Lions money line on it. Sitting at plus 108, that's not something you can ignore. Yes, I understand the Vikings are undefeated, have been really good this season, but at some point that's going to come crumbling down. And the Detroit Lions are a team that could very well do that.
I was going to make a hot take before his slight downfall. Sam Darnold's not going to stay in this MVP type form for long. It's Sam Darnold. He's been in the league long enough.
Yeah.
He's not reviving his career.
Yeah.
It's the same thing we talked about. We predicted the same thing with J.J. McCarthy before the season started.
Yeah.
We said that regardless of how much of a bridge quarterback J.J. McCarthy could be, how whatever, we said that the Minnesota Vikings offense is good enough to get J.J. McCarthy by.
Yeah.
And this is the same thing that now has Sam Darnold looking like an MVP.
You have
This is the one time I'm going to say give us our flowers.
Yeah. Literally. I mean, listen to the man. He's preaching. You have the number 1 best wide receiver in football, no questions asked, no doubts about it.
Your O-line's top 5.
Amazing. You have Aaron Jones, who's one of the better dual threat backs in football. You have Jordan Addison, who was possibly Rookie of the Year last year, if we're being honest, one of the best receivers of that class. T.J. Hawkinson now returning.
I was about to say looking forward to a Hawkinson return.
Yeah, and there's just, no matter where you look, there's weapons. And
their defense has been top 5, top 10.
You could throw me in that quarterback, and I'd probably be top 5 in the MVP conversation. I mean, that offense is just tremendous. With a really good quarterback, the Vikings would be scary. I mean, they're sitting at 5-0 with Sam Darnold. Let's be real.
Yeah, I'm not trying to throw a Brock Purdy under the bus, but this is the same situation of the offense is there for whoever to produce.
Brock Purdy's way better than Sam Darnold.
Exactly. Brock Purdy would have this team
16-0 already.
6 already?
Yeah,
What?
already.
You just go to Roger Goodell and be like, look, you know it's happening. Don't make me waste my time.
Yeah, I don't even want to play ball this year, man. All right, with that being said,
we'll skip this game because who knows what's going to happen. The lines are crazy. The game will be crazy. Could be game of the week. Definitely something to tune into. We'll move on to Seahawks, Falcons.
Absolutely. I don't know.
2 teams that I just don't have a read on.
Yeah. 2 teams that have been very up and down at different points this season. Seahawks offenses look amazing in some games and dormant in others. And same with Atlanta. They've looked really good in some games.
Absolutely. Have Kenneth Walker go for 2 touchdowns, and then the next game he'll have 20 yards.
Literally like 22 yards or something that game. Yeah, crazy. You don't know what's going to happen with either of these teams. It's a matchup of McDonald versus Morris, 2 first-year head coaches for these teams, and I don't know. This is a game that I'm just not a big fan of.
I believe Geno Smith is leading the league in interceptions.
I believe he was also leading the league in passing yards too, though. Was last week at least, because I remember watching part of that game. One of the reporters asked him about it.
The lines, the total for this game, I'm sorry, is sitting at 50.5, which is insane to me.
Geno Smith is still currently leading the league in passing yards.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, this is 2 teams that, like you said, I mean, we've seen the Falcons also go from a team that's barely gotten 2 field goals to gotten in the end zone 5-6 times.
Yeah. This is a game I'm 100% okay staying away from.
Absolutely. Next game, Bills, Titans.
I think the biggest
Amari Cooper gets to play with a quarterback of substance.
One of the best quarterbacks in football.
The quarterback right now without an interception.
And whoever thought we'd say that about Josh Allen? I think people were predicting him to lead the league in interceptions coming into the season.
Yeah.
And he's literally put everyone to quiet. He's playing great ball. This man's looking really good with targets that he picked out of his backyard. He said, Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman, come on. And get in the game. You're playing ball. And
Don't even say Keon Coleman's name to me at this point in the
Yeah,
season
he's
because
been
he is
horrible.
still
Yeah.
had like 6 total receptions.
I think he has the talent to be fantastic, but they just have not used him in any way, shape, or form that people expected.
He's a 6'4" wide receiver that runs like a 4.3, 4.4 40.
They might have the best personality in football. Coolest guy I've ever seen.
100%.
Yeah, he's so cool. But yeah, now you officially have a guy that we know can be a top 10 receiver when he's playing at his best in Amari Cooper.
Absolutely. Buffalo's at home. This is not a game that should be an upset of any kind.
Absolutely not. No, it's got to be Buffalo all day. All right, Dolphins and Colts. Yeah.
Another game where we still don't know who's playing
I just
for
won't
each
ever-
side.
Well, I won't bet on the Dolphins. Until,
They have Anthony Richardson playing this week. No,
Yeah.
he's
Jonathan
going.
Taylor's out. They'll be stuck with Sermon and Tyler Goodson.
I got Sermon in fantasy, so I knew that point.
I have him in one too. Yeah, picked him up on a waiver wire.
Yep.
But yeah, you won't ever catch me betting on Miami until Tua's back. This might be the worst team in football without Tua Tagovailoa. I'm sorry, Tyreek. I'm sorry, Devon. You're just stuck in poverty.
You can still trade me, Tyreek.
Yeah, you can still trade me. This is Nico.
Give me Swift.
Give me Monty.
It's crazy.
What do you mean that's crazy? You're asking for 2 top starters.
A top starter. Swift has had like 2 touchdowns.
3
Montgomery's
games of
gone
21
like
plus.
20 games straight.
Touchdowns not everything in fantasy. Swift has outscored him the last 3 weeks straight. You act like David Monty doesn't share carries with Gibbs. How are you gonna ask me from Tyreek and DeAndre
Because
Swift?
you're the one that's been acting like Tyreek Hill is me out there at wide receiver.
He's had like no more than 50 yards a game the last 3 weeks. Hasn't scored since week 2. He's done nothing in fantasy. Have you paid any attention?
No, because you've had him.
Okay,
You've
then.
paid attention.
Be quiet.
Your record's paid attention.
Yeah, so is yours.
Yeah.
We're both 2 and 4. You can't talk.
Let's talk about my team because I got 6 players on the IR right
You're
now.
2
You
and
only
4.
get 1 IR spot.
You're 2 and 4.
I got 12 players on the IR. I've had to pick up a whole new team on waivers.
Not my fault. Don't be asking for my top tier players just because yours ain't playing.
Hasn't played since week 2.
You just offered me 1 pack of Skittles for 57 packs of Doritos. Like, that's not how that
I
works.
don't like Doritos.
Well, 57 packs of cheese. Whatever you like. What do you like? 57 packs of cheeseburger only ketchup cheeseburgers. There you go.
Now that's a deal I'm down for.
Yeah. Anyways, if I'm siding with anyone, it's going to be Indy.
But we're not.
Yeah.
So, let's go to a game. Wow.
Houston Texans.
Why are the lines like this? If that's plus money, I'm snagging that.
I'm parlaying the Lions and Texans in a parlay, no questions asked. Without a doubt. I don't understand this line at all. I understand the Packers have been good with Jordan Love back, but they've struggled in a lot of these games. And the Texans have played great ball. I understand you're without Nico Collins, but you still have Tank Dell, who's had a great game last week, and Stephon Diggs, who has been very consistent this season.
We've seen Joe Mixon be able to do his thing this season.
Over 120 plus per all-purpose yards last week and 2 touchdowns in his return. He's fantastic. We know that. I don't understand this at all. I don't see the Packers or the Vikings winning. Do you want to add plus money to this, or do you want to stick with some more safer ones and keep those on the back burner for a different parlay?
I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't know why the Lions are like this.
I'm okay if you want to add Lions and Texans to this. If you want to make a banger, I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with both of those.
We had Lions and Texans.
All right, that's cool.
I'm good with the Texans regardless. I'm so confused why they're that high of plus money.
Fine with me. Add it to my bank account. All right, so we will be going back, adding the Lions money line over the Vikings, the game we discussed earlier, and we're taking another underdog in the Houston Texans.
We're going, obviously, any team that plays the Carolina Panthers and the Washington Commanders, sitting at minus 500 for a reason.
But they've been fantastic.
Yeah.
Commanders have been really good this year.
Jay Daniels, 2+ rush touchdowns.
Oh, my God. All right. Yeah, Commanders easy. We don't have to talk about much about that game. Raiders and Rams.
been without Devontae Adams for the last 2 weeks.
Now officially.
Now permanently without Devontae Adams.
Yeah, for the rest of eternity. So, shout out Raiders fans. Rams, though, on paper, they're good. Kyron Williams is one of the most productive backs in football. I was saying this last year.
As he said, yeah, but then he got hurt.
Hated him last year
Because he got hurt.
He still played great ball the first 12 weeks of the season. Anyway, Kyron Williams, one of the most productive backs in football. The Raiders, you got Aiden O'Connell throwing it to Jacob. I don't even think Jacoby's playing.
No, he's doubtful.
So,
My
yeah.
fantasy team.
Yeah. I'm okay slamming the Rams.
100%. Chiefs and 49ers.
I'm staying
The Super
away.
Bowl rematch.
If
100%.
I think I will quite literally do a 3-leg parlay, though, with Lions, Texans, and Chiefs. Chiefs sitting at the underdogs, kind of surprising to me. Sitting at 5-0, undefeated.
Because
Obviously,
we've seen Justin Fields has better lines than Patrick Mahomes. And now Justin Fields being benched for Russell Wilson.
right. I understand.
As a Steelers fan, I'm not happy about that decision.
We know Chiefs are missing Rashee Rice, Isaiah Pacheco. Understood. 49ers are missing the best player in football, in Christian McCaffrey. A banged up Debo, banged up George Kittle. They've missed a few weeks here and there. Jordan Mason, who's questionable, banged up from last week. I don't see the 49ers pulling this off. We've seen them struggle with this. I'm pretty sure they lost to the Seahawks, if I'm not mistaken, this year. The Chiefs have been banged up, but we've seen Patrick Mahomes make it happen. If I had to sign one way or the other, I'm going to the Chiefs all day. We don't have to add that.
I like that. But yeah, we won't add it to the main show parlay.
But I do like the Chiefs. Jets and Steelers.
A game where Devontae Adams has been confirmed to play.
Yeah. The final, or the finally, the debut of Russell Wilson at quarterback for Pittsburgh. How do you feel? I don't know.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I want there to be a light at the end of the tunnel. I know there's hope that this gives time Justin Fields to develop, learn things. But Cam Newton had a point on Undisputed First Take, whatever he's on now. But where he was saying that, I mean, he's hasn't even fully developed yet. There's no reason to take him out. He's doing great, and he's still learning as he's going. I mean, I don't know. He's been tremendous. He's led us to a great start so far. I don't know. I don't know if Russell Wilson can produce. I don't know.
This is my thing with it. I'm in agreement with what you just said. As bold of a take as this may be, I love Mike Tomlin to death. He's one of the best coaches in football. He's one of the best player coaches in football. Was a very likable guy. But I think he may have officially just ended Justin Fields' career. And I say that for a few reasons. Justin Fields, since he came into the league, has been through more than any quarterback in all of football. He's faced criticism year in and year out without weapons around him. I'm sorry, but George Pickens as your best target is not something to be excited about in the NFL. The pieces around
Steelers
him,
fans know this.
right?
We do.
The pieces around him,
Believe me.
didn't get any better from his Chicago days. But this man has played the best football to his ability with what he's been given. And to once again be benched or basically told you're not good enough when it's not even your fault that you can't produce at your highest ability is very mental.
Yeah.
I think if you've seen him in the press conference where they questioned him about it and he said, I just haven't played well. Like, if I'd played well, it wouldn't be a conversation right now. I know you saw that. And they asked him about it, and he said that. And you can just see the pain and hurt and depression in his eyes.
Because the amount of
body
plays that
language.
have broke down, and he has extended with his feet and broken out of the pocket, the things that he has done has looked tremendous.
Yeah.
He has made prime Mahomes plays, Lamar Jackson type plays. I mean, he's been tremendous this season, and they're now relying on, I guess, the accolades of Russell Wilson. But what's going to happen in 2 weeks when he's 0-2 and that O-line breaks down on him and he's got 8 sacks because he doesn't have the legs anymore and he's only relying on George Pickens, that wide receiver. I mean,
Right.
I don't know. I'm scared. I feel like Justin Fields, obviously, like you said, has been knocked down a peg. I don't know.
I mean,
I know that this could. I feel like the long-term thing is obviously Justin Fields, and obviously you could move on after Russell Wilson after this season. He's on a 1 year. They both are right now.
Right.
So it's obviously time for them to decide. But what do you do in 2 weeks when Russell Wilson's playing bad? I mean, do you go back to Fields after destroying his confidence?
right.
I don't know.
Let's look at it like this. Russell Wilson had a great career. I say had, not has.
Yeah.
When you seen him in Denver last year, once again, with 0 targets, Jerry Jeudy, horrible. Cortland Sutton, nobody around him, still. We seen what happened. The O-line broke down. He couldn't do anything. He had no targets, like you said. He don't have the legs he used to have.
He pulled off some stats, but wasn't himself.
You put him in the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Yes, the defense, way better. You have a really good defense behind you. But it's the same situation. You have not the greatest O-line. It's not horrible, but it's not the greatest. You have no weapons.
Yeah.
George Pickens has had the worst year yet. He just hasn't looked good this season.
He's putting no effort into place.
Giving up. Right. And outside of him, what do you have? Najee Harris has been very mid. Jalen Warren's been hurt.
Yeah. Najee Harris lucky to produce positive yards.
Freiermuth has been the biggest bright spot of your offense, and that's not something to be excited about. What are you – I just don't understand this decision by Tomlin. What are you expecting to be different? He's only gotten older. He hasn't played ball in months. He's been hurt. He just – I don't know what you are getting out of this.
Something is just telling me that this was a promise when he signed the contract. You're telling me he was unhealthy for 7 weeks, 8 weeks, and now he's just magically going to come back in and revive this offense, turn things around, and lead us to a Super Bowl when Justin Fields has been tremendous.
For what he's been given, he's been great.
Yeah.
And I just, even if, a couple weeks down the road, Tomlin decides it's time to bench Wilson again because he hasn't been played to any capability you expected, I don't think you're going to be bringing in the same Justin Fields.
Yeah, you got Justin Fields with less confidence. George Pickens is probably quit on even more plays. A whole morale knockdown for the whole team.
Yeah. As good of a coach as Tomlin is, I think this might be the dumbest decision of his coaching career.
100%.
I don't mean to hate on the Pittsburgh man, but
no, I'm with you. Believe me.
It just doesn't make much sense.
You're not hating. You're speaking 100% facts. Just the start Justin Fields has led us to with what he's been given and how plays have broken down. He's been insanely good.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, but I don't expect much. Unfortunately, if I had to decide on the money line here, I think I'm going New York. We don't have to add this. I don't feel super confident in it, but
yeah, I'd like to see obviously the Jets offense take that another step with Devontae Adams, Breece Hall to have the Jets all around just have a great game. I'd love to see, as a Steelers fan, I'd still love to see them score 35. I'd love to see it be 35-36, obviously, but for my self-confidence, we'll keep this off the main parlay.
I will say, though, Aaron Rodgers joined the weekly Pat McAfee show as he always does.
That appearance by Devontae Adams,
he
petty.
was already there.
That's petty.
Already. Are you
the
kidding
next
me?
day.
Are you kidding me?
He lost, or
He was
after
there
that game,
when
he
the
called
trade was
Devontae. Yeah,
official. No, he was there before the trade was announced.
Yeah.
You already know this.
after the game, he called Devontae and was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
hop on a plane."
Yeah. I think Devontae was like, look, I just want to see what the new play calling will look like. They came out. They looked good. They lost, but they looked good. They had a few
Aaron
missed
Rodgers
field
called
goals,
him
a
and
few-
said, "Hop on the plane."
Said, look, man, you're the missing piece. You come over, and we're going to skyrocket. And he said, I'm on the way, A-Rod. He's I'm on the way.
Yeah,
And he was there. Yeah, it's crazy to already see them hanging out. But we'll stay away from that game. That'll move us to Baltimore and Tampa Bay. And I'm A-okay.
those are the Monday night games.
Yeah. No, we don't want to do those? We can make it
I
just Sunday.
didn't realize it was Monday.
Yeah, there's 2 Monday night games.
I just hate the sweat.
Yeah. Could always hedge, though, if we make it a Monday night.
It's true.
The only game I like Monday night is the Ravens anyways. I'm not a big fan of betting on that Chargers Cardinals game. I think that's a coin flip. Just depends who's hot.
Yeah, 100%.
And even I mean the Bucks. Much as it pains me, have been good. Their offenses look good. Baker Mayfield's playing good ball, but the Ravens are on like a 4-game win streak. I think they're finally taking off. Derrick Henry has looked like prime Derrick Henry this year.
Slam them and make it an 8-leg for the show.
All right, cool with that.
Brings us to plus 2,999.
What a beautiful odd. $29.99, baby. Put $1 on it, you win $30. $29.99.
See?
Anyways, Philadelphia Eagles. We'll go back down the list. Let you know who we have. So Philadelphia Eagles, Cincinnati Bengals. You lost it, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to find it, sorry.
Buffalo Bills,
The Houston Texans,
Detroit Lions,
Washington Commanders,
Los Angeles Rams.
and the Monday Night Football game with the Baltimore Ravens. I just now realized there's 2 Monday Night Football games. That would be exciting.
Literally just said that.
I'm sorry. It's
Like
just so,
as we were talking about.
I mean, I'm just hyped because, it'll make Monday a little bit more exciting. Nobody likes Mondays, but
Right.
when the day is finally over and then you get to watch 2 games of football, the latter probably being a pain to watch in the Chargers and Cardinals game, but the Ravens game should be fun.
Yeah, should be a high-scoring game if we're being honest. Bucks versus Ravens, 2 very high-powered offenses. Insane. All right. That being said, we're going to give out a few of our favorite touchdown picks before we get into some fantasy and some NBA. We spent a little bit more time on that than I expected, breaking down some of them games.
That Steelers, I poured
Yeah.
my heart out for that
Oh,
Steelers breakdown. Let me.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You're all good. All right, so what you want to do as normal, top 2 and 1 long shot each for this
yeah.
weekend slate. I think I have mine for the most part. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much good. I got my 2 favorites and my long shot, so we look pretty good. All right, you want me to start it off or?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Make sure I got that posted to our Winnable.
Absolutely.
WINIBLE.com/Travis Jon Show.
Absolutely. All right, my first favorite of the night is a guy that made his return last week. Another big game, big opportunity for him going up against a team that doesn't have the greatest rush defense. I'm going Mr. Joe Mixon. Get back in the end zone again this week. Has had touchdowns, I think, in every week he's played this year. Has been very fantastic and a big part of that Houston offense. All right.
I'm going to go straight to that Phillies-Eagles game. I'm slamming the revenge game touchdown to Saquon Barkley. Got to add it to our favorite bet.
Absolutely. I absolutely love that. Yeah, I think he may get in multiple times.
I'm about to say the amount of possessions they'll have, there could be turnovers by old Daniel Jones. I mean, the Giants may score with the late neighbors, but regardless, that'll give whatever happens will give the Eagles more offensive possession.
Right, absolutely. All right, my second favorite of the night. I'm going to a game that should be very high scoring for one team. Andy probably has just hit his second home run.
Yeah, I was about to say. So
going up against a very horrible defense, a team that gets scored on a lot. I'm going to the Washington Commanders, and I'm slamming Brian Robinson Jr. It's a guy that has been the ultimate lead back for the Commanders when it comes to red zone touches and halfback powers up the middle to score. He's been fantastic when playing ball this year. So slamming B-Rob. All right, finish off our favorites, and then I got a nice long shot I like here. There's a few other guys that I like. Go with your boy.
who's my boy?
Go every week.
Oh, I might as well. I was going to do somebody else, but I got
No. Do you?
I'm going to go James Cook in the Buffalo Bills-Tennessee Titans game. The Tennessee Titans' run defense has been spotty this season. Obviously, James Cook has fueled Buffalo here and there. I feel like they'll have more power in the pass game if Amari does come out and play this week, as he should.
Right.
They'll have more power there, but this Tennessee game shouldn't be a game that has a 47-point total.
Right.
I feel like they could play it safe. When they get to the red zone with that passing game, James Cook will get it, punch it in.
Absolutely. Is it showing up on your FanDuel down here too? Why is it? Because I go to usually like the touchdown markets and do mine, and literally the Titans Bills game's at the bottom, and it's the 1 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Because when you said that, I was like, why is it like Monday night's game?
Yeah, why is he choosing the
Yeah. But no, okay, yeah, Sunday at 1 p.m. I don't know why it says that. All right. I got one long shot I'd like to give out. It's the guy we discussed a little bit earlier. It's either going to be a very limited game for him or it's going to be a very explosive game for him. I'm going to the return of one of the best running backs in football as my long shot of the week, and Mr. Nick Chubb. Sitting at plus 135. It's hard not to throw him on something. We know when he plays ball, he can be the most powerful back in football, and just runs hard downhill. And going up against the Bengals, who have, I believe, a bottom 2 rush defense from last I seen in the NFL, Nick Chubb could have a very big opportunity this weekend.
Absolutely. Sorry, I just reset my old FanDuel. It's
Oh, you're good.
spazzed out.
End off these favorites, and we'll get into some fantasy.
Well, we ended off our favorites. We're on our
Long shots.
long shots.
Excuse me.
I'm going long shot just because the odds he's sitting at. I'm going to go Malik Neighbors in his return game, sitting at plus 140.
Love it.
I know he's got a shot to get back in the end zone. And a game where both teams could have a good amount of possessions because either Philly's going to get in the end zone a lot or the Giants are going to turn it over.
Absolutely.
So, regardless, both teams will have a lot of possession.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely love to see it. I'm right there with you. All right, so that'll end off our top touchdown picks for this weekend's games. If you missed any of those, make sure to go check out our Winnable Sunday morning for the start of football. We'll have all the picks on there for you for all you people who missed any part of it. That being said, we will be moving on to fantasy football. Have a little bit more fun in the football aspect outside of betting and more just a little friendly competition.
Absolutely.
Now, for anyone who's been tuned in so far this year, John's had himself a little hot start. He's sitting at up 3-0 on me right now before these current results. Now, keep in mind, we've missed a few weeks here and there. We've had some things going on outside of this. We missed week 4, unfortunately, and we missed last week, week 6. So these results and these points and everything you'll be hearing will be from week 5, from not last week's show, but the week before, and then we will start back again this week with week 7. So week 5, I'll give you a quick rundown of our teams. I had Jaden Daniels, Kyron Williams, Jordan Mason, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, David Njoku, Alvin Kamara, Lamar Jackson, and the Broncos defense. John had
Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, Kenneth Walker, Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs, Trey McBride, Garrett Wilson, Justin Fields, and the Bears defense.
absolutely. Now, with those point totals scored up, I'm not going to give you each and everybody's score. If you want to go double check it yourself, feel free. But I'll give you our totals. John finished this week with a whopping 146.58. Good little fantasy week for you. And I ended with 160.14 for my first official dub this season in the 1v1 fantasy football drafts. Whoop whoop, your boy finally got one on the board, not sitting down 3-0 no more. A lot of work to do, though. Still down 3-1, down 2 games currently. But you know how it be when we get rolling in fantasy football, we can get hot. Had very big win streaks last year. Hoping to bring that back to this year and make a little comeback. Now, while you finish posting on our Winnable, WINIBLE.com/Travis Jon Show, I'm going to get the paper set up for our beautiful and fun fantasy football draft we're about to participate in. So that means for the first time this year as well, I will have the first pick. I have not had that at all this year.
Privilege that you haven't yet had. And a privilege and a pain you haven't had to suffer through yet.
CMC. Big one.
Yeah, love it. I'm going Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. He does got a big game this week. We can see that man go crazy. Listen, all I'm saying is Miami's in need of a Tom Brady. Put Tom Brady on the Dolphins.
Doo-wee.
All right. Got that set up. All right, man. Time to dig in. Let's build a beautiful fantasy team this week. Let's do what I do best. I always got to make sure I know who's on bye and who's not. How we have to deal with bye weeks and all that fun
Pain
stuff.
of all that, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Should I keep it simple? Just
Simple was never fun.
yeah, you're right. All right, I'm gonna kick it off with a guy that I absolutely just fell in love with. He's the biggest part of that offense. Will continue to be. I'm going RB1, Mr. Kyron Williams.
I thought about it.
But you didn't have the number 1 pick.
Yeah, I know. I did not.
Don't feel good to lose, eh? All right, you're up. See what you cooking with. You cooking with grease or you cooking with water?
Probably water. Milk, probably.
Yeah, milk. That's
Gross.
not good.
Start to smell after a minute.
You gonna milk
You don't
it.
want that to boil.
Yeah, I'd hope not.
I think you can for mashed potato. I don't know. I haven't done it.
Just
I
pick
try?
your player. This ain't.
I'm going Saquon Barkley. Like we said, he's someone that can get in the end zone twice that game.
Facts.
Screw it 3 times for the money.
You know, why not? All right, I'm going with my wide receiver 1. Change it up a little bit. I'm going to go with the return of a guy who could have a big week. Has been one of the most fantasy productive receivers when playing ball this year. Mr. Malik Neighbors. Dude has been fantastic when given the opportunity this year. And going up against Philadelphia secondary, I think he could have a big day.
Okay.
Brings you back. Who you thinking?
I'll go ahead and go my wide receiver and a guy that I feel like get a lot of love this game against the Browns. I'm going to go Mr. Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I figured. You always do. The 1 week I had him, though, you won me the game, so maybe I should have. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you heard? All right, I'm going to go with my RB2 since he's still sitting there. Guy who finally broke out last week for that Atlanta offense, Mr. Bijan Robinson. Absolutely love this guy. Finally had a 2-touchdown game, or almost had a 2-touchdown game last week. Got called back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see.
Brings you back up on the board.
I'm going to just stack up on the big powerhouse, big dogs at running back. Give me Derrick Henry.
Okay. I like it. Like it a lot.
Martian's got the death beam pointed on planet Earth. Give me Iguodala. Legendary clip.
Facts. All right, I'm going back to the wide receiver position. I'm going to take a guy who returned last week, had a fantastic game for that offense. If it ain't Saquon Barkley, it's A.J. Brown.
Absolutely.
Was a huge part of that offense last week. Might even take him for a touchdown this week. You have to. All right, you're back up. Interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting. I don't either.
No. It's in a primetime spot for a reason. Give me the quarterback stack. Give me Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Switch things up this week.
All right. And then I guess I'm going to go ahead and take a quarterback. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's playing the Carolina Panthers. Jaden Daniels.
Absolutely.
When it comes to fantasy, this kid's been great. All right. That leaves us with a couple picks left. Who you got? I want to do it, but do I?
Do I?
I think I know who I'm taking.
I'm gonna go with someone. I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson.
All right.
Wait and see how this pans out.
Yeah, when the Lions beat up on them.
Yeah, the Vikings end with 10.
Yeah.
After Aaron Jones gets, or Ty Chandler probably gets 1 touchdown.
Literally.
And they get a field goal.
It's usually how it goes. All right, I'm going to tight end. I really wanted to take one guy, but I'm not going to. At some point this season, Travis Kelce is going to have a breakout game. We seen him be very involved last week with a ton of catches. Unfortunately, not in the end zone yet. But I'm putting my faith in T. Kels. No touchdown yet this year. It's got to come eventually. It's Travis Kelce, and we're almost halfway into the season.
Yeah.
All right. Bring it back. Bring it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. Sorry.
I'm going to go ahead and kind of hedge that. I'm going to fill my super flex in with Patrick Mahomes.
Hedge? We're hedging?
Hedging in fantasy
football?
Yeah, because if you get points from T. Kelsey, I'm getting the points from Mahomes.
I've never, ever in my life heard of some stuff like that. I'm about to start checking my matchups each week.
See?
If they got, like, one of the best receivers, I'm just going to go take
Go
the quarterback
hedge the
out
quarterback,
of
see?
waiver wires. Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Think about it. If their top receiver has a breakout game, so does the quarterback.
Until the quarterback gets hurt. The backup.
The backup has a breakout game.
All right. I guess that puts me back on the clock. I wasn't really expecting that kind of a bounce back. I'm going to go with a little bit more of a fun pick here to fill out my flex. It's going to be interesting to see how things pan out for him.
Mookie Betts got a home run.
Dang. The Dodgers might be coming back because Piehead was a 3-run homer. What was Mookie's?
Just a solo, yeah.
So they're not winning. But they might be close. All right, I'm going to fill out my flex position. We didn't even talk. Or, yeah, yes, we did talk about it.
It's 10-5.
Dang, never mind. I'm going to go with the reemergence and regathering of Aaron Rodgers' best friend, Mr. Devontae Adams.
I thought about it. I really did. I was trying to see what finishes I had left.
There you go. Tight end, flex, defense.
Okay. I understand.
Do you?
I don't, but I'll deal with it.
Excuse me. I thought it was super flex.
Maybe I go with let me. You know what? Let me. You were talking so highly about him. Let me snag him for fantasy purposes. Let me get Mr. Joe Mixon in my flex.
Okay. Interesting slide pick right there. Very interesting. All right, I'm gonna throw out my super flex. I'm gonna take another QB. One of the best QBs in football right now. Mr. No Turnover, Josh Allen.
I thought about that one too.
I mean, he finally got Amari Cooper to throw to now. God knows what he finna cook up. All right, take you a tight end or a defense, brother.
I really feel like Russell Wilson, if he has any kind of connection, is going to be with Pat Freiermuth. But I'm going to go with who's been the safest tight end in football right now, Mr. Trey McBride.
Okay. Not when Marvin Harrison goes for 176 yards and 4 touchdowns.
After another game of 0 catches and 0 yards?
Yeah, probably. All right. I'm going to go with another decent defense playing a horrible offense this week to round out my team. I'm going to go back to where Josh Allen's from. I'm going Bills defense. Going up against the Titans, who have one of the worst offenses in football. Why not?
Even better, give me the worst offense in football. Give me the Commanders' defense.
I thought about it. It was Bills or Commanders. All right. Quick rundown back on these fantasy teams before we hop into some basketball. All right. I'll give a quick rundown of my team. John can give his. My team is as follows: Jaden Daniels, Kyron Williams, Bijan Robinson, Malik Neighbors, A.J. Brown, Travis Kelce, Josh Allen, Devontae Adams, and Bills defense.
I'm running Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, wide receivers at Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Trey McBride, super flex Patrick Mahomes, Joe Mixon in the flex, and Commanders defense up against the Panthers.
Absolutely beautiful little matchups there for Week 7 of fantasy football. Those results will be given to you next Friday when we're live on the show. All right. Now, for the first time in a long time, ladies and gentlemen,
let's talk some basketball.
It's crazy to say that we're about less than a week away from tip-off. Super excited. The wait is coming to an end. We're about to finally have all three sports for a few weeks until baseball's over with, and then we'll have football and basketball. Tonight, I think we're going to give out some of our preseason power rankings for this year's season, and possibly along with maybe some award predictions or something we discussed for our FanDuel bettors out there, building a little futures parlay for our friends here joining us live on the show.
Absolutely. We did have one that we made in the summer.
Okay.
We had a little bit of time. Figured we could run things back. Now the season's about to start. See how things have updated. Maybe throw out some award predictions.
Absolutely. All right. So we want to start off. We want to do 15 or we want to do 30? We'd have to be quick with a 30.
But I feel like we play it safe with the 15. We don't have to do a full breakdown. Until the NBA actually gets back, we got something exciting.
Right. Absolutely. All right. So I take it we start at 1 and go from there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. At 1, I think this isn't too big of a question right now. I think you have to keep Boston at number 1. They've looked decent in the preseason.
Until they prove otherwise, they just got the roster behind it.
Yeah.
That roster finally just proved themselves.
Are you keeping track or you want me to keep track?
I don't care. Whichever, just let me know.
Let's keep track.
Perfect.
All right, number 2. All right, number 2. Now this is where things can start to be talked about a little bit. I think there's a few teams that could be mentioned in this top 5-ish area. Obviously, you got to talk about the emergence of the number 1 seed last year, the OKC Thunder, who've only gotten better, progressed more with the young talent they have. We got to talk about teams like the Denver Nuggets, who obviously have been really well. The Knicks look good on paper. The Mavericks look good with the addition
Knicks
of Clay.
now with the addition, yeah.
Yeah, of Cat.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. And I don't think you can count out teams like the Sixers or the Bucks. I mean, these are all teams that can be up here.
And Joel Embiid, though, mentioned something about not playing back-to-back games for his health.
I saw that. I don't know how much I believe that or even I don't know.
Very injury-prone. It's a possibility.
That's a very weird way to go about things.
I don't know. I feel like the last time we had the Thunder here at 2, I don't know. I like the Mavericks. The addition of Klay Thompson. We've seen Kyrie and Luka finally get their mesh a little bit more together.
Absolutely.
I feel like they could do something next season.
I'm all for that.
Until otherwise, I'm having it too.
All right. Hey. I'm with it. I like it. All right. So then that brings us to 3. Where obviously some of these teams are still in the same talks. I don't think the Thunder can fall far. I don't think the Nuggets should fall too much farther.
Yeah.
Well, what are we thinking here for 3? I don't know. The Nuggets look good, especially if Russell Westbrook coming off the bench now.
Yeah.
But the Thunder, man, they're just a team that has only gotten better since last year. Obviously,
in a 7-game series, who wins? The Denver Nuggets or the Thunder? I think that's our matchup right now for 2.
The Nuggets. If we're going a series of 7, it'd be 3. We put the Mavericks at 2. They win. Celtics, Mavericks. Yeah. If we're going 7-game series with the teams right now, I would take the Nuggets all day.
Me too.
All right. So
I think it's more about youth, and I mean, if we see the potential of the Thunder come to life sooner than expected, I mean, we'll be proven wrong. But right now, that potential is still dormant and yet to be seen.
Right.
I like the Nuggets at 3.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
That'll bring us to the Thunder at 4.
For sure.
Can't let them fall much further.
For sure. I'm all for that. At 5. This may be a surprise to some, man, but I really like the Knicks here.
I was going to say, we got to mention the Knicks.
I think they look really good on paper. We've seen the emergence and leadership of Jalen Brunson last year. the addition of two great pieces this offseason in Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns. Still got guys like Josh Hart on roster and Miles McBride, who will be playing prime role off the bench now that DiVincenzo's calling. I think they can be good.
Yeah.
I think they can be real good.
100%.
Okay, so we can put the Knicks at 5 then. That'll bring us to 6. Now, some teams in this area I like are the Bucks. I think the
I
Timberwolves.
mentioned the Bucks soon.
Timberwolves could I know the loss of Cat, but Anthony Edwards looks like one of the best players in basketball right now.
The Sixers added Paul George.
Right, and let's not forget the Timberwolves added Julius Randle in that trade, who we know is very good when healthy, and a really good piece off the bench in DiVincenzo. May even start. So they didn't completely lose the trade, but I think we all think the Knicks might have won that. I'm sitting around the Bucks, T-Wolves. Like I said, I think the Sixers could be mentioned at some point with the addition of Paul George. The Suns are still a team that can be talked about a little bit. Who are you thinking?
I don't know.
I'd be okay with like the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think the Bucks have earned their spot here.
And especially the offseason that Giannis has had.
I was about to say, Giannis has talked a lot this offseason about how much he wants to compete, how much he has to prove this season.
Right.
I feel like he's destined for a good season.
Oh, absolutely. All right. That'll bring us to 7. I think we're down to like Sixers, T-Wolves.
I think now we can slide in the T-Wolves. I think in a 7-game series, they'd be over the Sixers. This is really our discussion right now.
I agree.
Anthony Edwards is just in a league of his own. We've seen him finally develop. The Timberwolves, they got enough pieces to compete. They're deep.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Regardless of the loss of Cat, they're still deep.
Absolutely. So, Sixers at 8.
At 8, I like that.
Okay. That'll bring us to 9. It's a new category of teams. I think the Suns can be stuck in at some point. I love the Grizzlies on paper. I just don't know how that comebacks from injuries are going to look.
The Cavs have a deep team.
I'm not a big fan of the Cavs. After seeing the year that Darius Garland had last year, I don't know how big I am on him. I feel like the Lakers can be talked about soon. The Pacers for sure can be talked about. I think there's some teams in this area that we can.
I think this is a good spot for the Suns. We can't sleep on the Suns much anymore. I plugged my phone in.
Why is it down on the floor?
Because the thing's not. It's a short cord over here.
Oh, you have a C charger?
Yeah, I got the.
That's gross.
Yeah. It's already up to, that was a big boost already.
Hey. Alright, let's keep going. So.
I think we can throw the Suns in here.
Okay.
Not much longer to sleep on the Suns. KD still on roster, D-Book.
Facts. I think this is where we can talk about, like, Pacers, Grizzlies, Lakers, I guess Cavaliers. Who else could be in this area? Maybe the Kings. I don't know how big of it. They added DeMar, but yeah. I'm okay with like the Pacers or the Grizzlies. Maybe the Heat.
We can do Pacers here.
I should have known you'd say that.
Yeah, you should have known.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Lakers, at least the next spot for the Lakers.
Okay.
They still got all that star power.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm okay with that. And then we can go like, so we got Lakers at 11.
Shout out to Jordan. One of our new followers, by the way.
So right now, Jordan, we're actually doing a little bit of our preseason power rankings for the NBA. So we're kind of breaking down our top 15 going into the start of the NBA season this year.
Really, the teams we think that could win it all.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. Right now, if you missed any of it, it goes as follows. Boston Celtics, Dallas Mavericks, Denver Nuggets, OKC Thunder, New York Knicks, Milwaukee Bucks, Minnesota Timberwolves, Philadelphia 76ers, Phoenix Suns, Indiana Pacers, and the Los Angeles Lakers. We're now currently on 12. That's kind of where we're discussing now. I think we're in, like I said, like the Grizzlies, Cavs, Heat territory. Maybe even the Pelicans, Kings. Don't hate teams like that. Not a big fan of any other teams in this area, though, if we're being honest. Who you thinking?
So it's between like the Kings, Cavs, and Heat.
Feel about the Rockets. The Rockets, man. Now,
Ooh, last season this man
listen.
had a breakdown on the Rockets.
if you, I know you're new around here, but last year going into the season, Houston was my favorite team outside of the Los Angeles Lakers, who I'm a fan of. I think Houston has one of the best young rosters in basketball. I think Amin Thompson's fantastic.
Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun,
Jabari Smith. I mean, there's
they're
pieces
deep.
all over that team. And the steal of Cam Whitmore last year in the draft after the fall, I think the Rockets could be very good. Do I think this is their year and their time? Unfortunately, no. I think they're still very young, still got a lot to learn. But, man, they have some pieces that, when meshing well together, can be very dangerous.
Yeah.
We've seen Alperen Sengun be a cheap man's Nikola Jokic. I mean, he's looked very good.
They're not the same rise our Indiana Pacers had.
Right.
Once that youth and potential starts to mesh.
Right. No, absolutely. All right, who we putting at 12?
So I think we're between what? Kings, Heat, Cavs right here.
Grizzlies. And if you're not a fan of the Grizzlies.
No, I just don't know, this high.
Okay, so then who do you like out of the Cavs, Heat, and Kings?
I like the Cavs.
Okay. Let's put the Cavs here.
Then do we go in the Grizzlies? Play-in team for sure, but they got some studs.
Nah, that's facts, man.
100%.
That's very well said. Like I said, in a few years, that team could be a team we're talking about at the top of the Western Conference. Even being a play-in team with this much young talent is impressive in its own right. I mean, like I said, they still have a way to go, lots to learn, man. But if you're looking at them on paper and potential, it's a team to
with
be
a play-in, they get a game or two, they get some experience in the playoffs. That'll really help.
Yeah,
It'll be a huge
absolutely.
league.
Yeah, I love Houston for sure. All right, so Cavs, and I guess it has to go Heat then, right? Heat and then Kings or Kings?
Grizzlies.
At
Let's give
13.
the Grizzlies some love.
Oh, I thought you didn't like the Grizzlies.
Give the Grizzlies some love.
Then we have to go Heat at 14.
Heat,
Kings at 15.
Kings.
All right. That'll round out our top 15. How does that compare to our old one? Our old one,
It's pretty different.
it is quite a bit different. I mean, there were some moves made.
I think we moved everything, essentially.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, we had
Besides
the Grizzlies at
1,
15.
2 is different, 3 was different, 4 is different, 5.
I think they all are.
Yeah, 6.
They're
They're all
all around
moved
a
around,
little bit. Still essentially the same.
That's what you like to see, though. You don't want to have the exact same. We changed our opinion. We had some changes this preseason, this off season.
Facts. So we'll probably have a graphic out with that along
That
with
was in July. It's now on September, October. 3 months.
trades and drafts and everything happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that being said, that rounds out our top 15 preseason power ranking predictions for this year's season of basketball. We will probably have a graphic out for that at some point in the next few days, along with at some point the bottom 15. That may be a YouTube post, a TikTok post. It'll be somewhere on a social media to round out that bottom 15. But top 15 is the most exciting, obviously, so we had to give that out for the fun part of it. I'm not done yet, though. Basketball's back. We got some stuff to talk about. So what we thinking? We want to do like a FanDuel futures. You want to do award predictions? What you want to do?
We can do a couple little award predictions real fast.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So we want to start off with the hot stuff, or we want to start out slow with some of the not so exciting.
We can start with like Rookie of the Year. Keeps it right in the middle of things.
Rookie of the Year. Now, I feel like the past few years when you asked me this question, I had a predominant answer. I think there wasn't much to argue about. But this year is a toss-up.
Yeah.
This is one of those draft classes that don't have a Victor Wembanyama or an Anthony Edwards or
Wow. Right now, Zach Edey is leading the charge for Rookie of the Year.
Wow.
at plus 290. The next closest is Zachary Richer at plus 700.
Risache.
Yeah,
Richer.
I've said that the whole time.
Wasn't even close. Yeah.
Zach Edey sitting at plus 290. Has he had 90 points each preseason
He
game?
must have. I guess. I mean, he must be balling. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a big fan of, or I guess I'm just not in tune to what Edie's been doing. I feel like he is on I don't know. Like I said, this is just such a hard class to predict. I guess it really depends who gets a bigger role. I mean, there's some decent guys here, but I feel like none of these guys are going to come in and be that guy. Maybe Zach Edey does start and win Rookie of the Year. I'm not sure. Maybe I honestly thought Risache was going to be the starter over there in Atlanta, to give him prime opportunity for that award, but
Edey has had, okay, I'll make sure I have these in the right order. 6 points, 1 block, 7 rebounds. 10 points, 1 block, 5 rebounds. 15 points, 3 blocks, 4 assists, 8 rebounds. 23 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 9 rebounds. They've been pretty cool. They're pretty cool.
Interesting.
Put up a pretty solid line as a rookie. I mean, it's preseason, but I mean, I don't know.
Huh. What are you thinking?
I really thought it'd be Sarr, one of these guys.
Not a fan of Sarr.
Maybe Reed Shepard, like we talked about the Rockets.
Yeah, but that team is just
not enough attention on that team.
Right.
I don't know. Edey could get it with the comeback of Ja and the attention on the Grizzlies.
Think so?
I mean, he's sitting at plus 290. Why not ride it while it's sitting where it is, right?
Okay. Whatever you say, bro. All right, what's next? We got a lot of awards. You can already bet on the Finals MVP. That's crazy.
Got the Oregon-Purdue game at 8 o'clock.
And I haven't put in a single bet.
So, nope.
All right, let's go.
We can do most improved player next.
Okay.
Obviously, the clear candidate right now is Wemby.
Yeah.
You got Josh Giddey and Kuminga.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams and Mobley.
Jalen Johnson. Paolo Banchero. Jalen Green.
Quickly Barrett. Ooh, Barnes.
I don't know, man. I think Giddey's
Cat.
in a good position. Most improved. I don't know, man. I think Giddey is in a really good spot. Out of OKC now, there's not a lot of playmakers over in Chicago. We know what Lonzo Ball's been through.
Started to look healthy again, though.
Yeah.
He played this preseason.
Yeah, I mean,
Smacked a 3.
So did LaMelo. But I don't know. I definitely think Wemby should be in contention. He's probably going to have a crazy jump this year, just being who he is. And
But he's probably going to get Depoy, too. So will that hold him back from another award?
I don't know. I think they want this man to be the face of basketball.
Yeah, 100%. I don't hate the Giddey pick, though.
Okay.
He's a stat sheet stuffer, as we know.
I like Giddey. That's kind of who I felt whenever I heard about the trade anyways.
When you slide over to Depoy,
Yeah, that's easy.
yeah, absolutely. He's sitting at minus odds for a reason.
Yeah, it's
Straight to
definitely
Wembanyama.
It's definitely Wemby.
Clutch Player of the Year award.
Now, this one's always fun. This could be a lot of different people.
Damian Lillard, Anthony Edwards.
That's my pick.
I love it.
100%.
I love it.
It's got to be Ant. He is primed for a breakout year. And
He's exciting. He's clutch. He's
no more
probably going
Cat.
to have game winner.
Who
Yeah.
do you go to?
He's going to have dunk game winners. He's going to have 3-point. Yeah.
It's Ant, bro. For sure.
To top it off, NBA regular season MVP.
Yeah. Anthony
I
Edwards.
think this is the year of Luka Doncic.
No. Yeah, I know. He's got to get one at some point, right?
This
He's
is
got
the year, yeah.
Klay Thompson now.
Him and Kyrie have meshed.
Yeah. He's got to, right? I definitely feel that this could be Luka's year. I'm okay with that. We know what he can do. We know who he is. And if the Mavericks can have a season like they did last year, how can you deny the man? I mean,
Exactly.
He's got a dang. Good God, look.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
So we built a beautiful little 5-leg award prediction parlay for you guys with some talks
Obviously, being the futures, these odds are beautiful.
Yeah, literally. So get them while you can. We can give you a quick back rundown of what we had for each. We started off with Zach Edey, NBA Rookie of the Year.
Josh Giddey for NBA's Most Improved.
We went Victor
Two.
Wembanyama, for Defensive Player of the Year. Good God.
Anthony Edwards for NBA's Clutch Player of the Year.
And to top it off with the icing on the cake, Luka Doncic finally getting his first and well-deserved NBA regular season MVP.
That'll be our NBA futures bet for this season. We'll get it posted on the Winnable. Make sure you check it out.
Absolutely.
WINIBLE.com/Travis Jon Show. Obviously, there's some college football tonight, tomorrow. NFL kicking off this weekend. Make sure you tap in. Thank anybody that's tuned in tonight. We're on Facebook Live and TikTok Live now for everybody that's tuned in on either platform. We have every kind of platform you can think of. Make sure you go over to our Facebook and check out our link for our link tree, where it's got our Spotify, our YouTube, our Facebook, our TikTok, everything, iHeartRadio, everything you could need. It's all in one place.
Absolutely.
We will be back next Friday, ready for another beautiful show.
Absolutely.
Like you talked about earlier, we'll be in the midst of a World Series, NBA, NFL will be ready. We'll know where everybody's sitting.
We'll finally be able to re-debut the comeback of NBA Deal or No Deal. So a very big show to look forward to next week. Probably going to be one of our biggest of the year so far when it comes to being in tune to all sports. So make sure you're prepared and ready to be tuned in for that one. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. We're about to lock into some college football. We hope you are too. Again, we thank everybody that tuned in. Make sure you're following, subscribed, liked, whatever it is you're on. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Be here. We'll be back next Friday. And as always, in the Travis and Jon Show,
Live
on Facebook Live
and TikTok Live. Have a fantastic weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week. Peace out.